I published 353 videos on YouTube, 219 of them in 2025. In this video, we're going to dive into what is the ideal YouTube video length to get you the most amount of watch hours. So like me, you can get to YouTube monetization as quickly as possible. In this video, we will also explore the difference between ideal watch hours for a fireside chat, talking to the camera type video like this, a podcast episode, and a clip from either of those two things. So there's going to be an ideal, and it's going to be a little bit different for each type of video. And so we're going to dive into the subcategories as well. And we're going to slice the duration of these videos into little pieces so we can figure out what this sweet spot is for getting the most amount of watch hours. And there is one huge takeaway that I didn't know that I will be immediately implementing after looking at this data as I go forward on my YouTube journey towards monetization. You won't want to miss it. Let's go ahead and jump into my Airtable dashboard and let's look at the data. We're looking at 2017 to 2025. This is all of the videos I've ever published, not including shorts, just wide format videos. Medium is 15 to 40 minutes. Long is 40 plus minutes, and short is 0 to 15 minutes. We're looking at the total watch hours. We can see that long actually performs the best in terms of the total number of watch hours I have for my channel, then medium, and then short. So long accounts for about 70%. Now, if we take the number of videos in each category and we average it out, we see that actually medium does better per video than long form. So while long form does more in total, medium does more per video. And a large reason for that is because I just have so many podcast episodes on the channel. And since 2017 to 2024, that's pretty much all I did was long form videos, almost exclusively. And so medium and short videos started coming in 2024 and most aggressively in 2025. The first takeaway is that medium length videos on YouTube perform the best in terms of getting the most amount of watch hours per video based on the data that I have in my YouTube account. So this is based on my performance. It may vary as I get more and more videos. This was probably going to evolve. But for now, we can safely say that medium gives me 50% of the watch hours, and then long form gives me 46%, and then short gives me about 4%. That's really insightful as I think about going forward. Let's jump into the next section, which is I've created subgroups. So for 0 to 1 minute, 1 to 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, and then for every 5 minutes, 10 to 60 minutes, there's a 5-minute increment, and then I have 60 to 90 minutes, and then 90 minutes and plus. Now we can see here that 30 to 35 minutes is the most dominant. And then the second one is 35 to 40 minutes. And I've got several good videos in there, so that's why that's doing it. And then we got 45 to 50 minutes in this green section. So those are the top three. And we can see that just the time is fairly evenly spaced out. So we're going to look at another graph just to look at this data in a little bit more helpful way. So we've got these bar charts here. This top one is watch hours by duration, and this is average per video, and then this is the number of videos in each one. So we can kind of the sample size for each one. We can see that 30 to 35 is the most number of watch hours per for that time range, but there's only one video. So it's a small sample size. But 35 to 40 is got 21 watch hours per video, and I've got 7 records. So it's got a little bit more standing. Now what we can see here is, so we got 30 to 35, 35 to 40, and then we dip down for 40 to 45, but then we dip back up for 45 to 50. And we've got 10 records in the 45 to 50. So what's interesting is I've got a ton of videos in the 0 to 1, 1 to 5, and 5 to 10. And these, from a sample size, you can tell these are pretty anemic. So 5 to 10 does the best of the 3. But, and then we have more as we go higher up in terms of the length. Because I have so many podcast episodes, they are usually going to be between 40 and 90 minutes. So they're going to fall into those categories. The takeaway that I have here is, again, while we discovered that medium length is ideal, here we can identify what that looks like. And here it's between 30 and 40 minutes is the sweet spot for YouTube. So that's interesting. 15 to 30, I think, is something to look at. We do have 6 records in 25 to 30, 7 records in 20 to 25, and then 5 records 15 to 20. But longer really seems to be the ideal here. So we can see that 40 and and up is going to be in the long category. So it's actually doing better than short, right? So medium length 30 to 40, and then long from 45 and onward. So my takeaway is that short stuff isn't all that great for getting watch hours. It's probably going to vary by type. So let's dive into the data a little bit more. Let's start with the fireside chats, talking to the camera vlogs. If we slice this up, we can see I don't have any long form vlogs, so everything falls in either short or medium. And we can see that medium gets 85%, and if we average it per video, it actually gets 92%. So it seems like if I'm going to do a fireside chat, the way to go forward here is to make sure it's at least 15 minutes. And so between 15 and 40 minutes. Now, if we go to our subcategories, we can get a little bit more insight here. So we can go 35 to 40 minutes or a 30 to 35. So essentially those are our top two, and then 15 to 20. So we scroll down here. Number of videos. This top one is the number of videos in each category, and we can see how much watch hours we get per video. So 15 to 20 gets 9.457 watch hours per video. And then 30 to 35 gets 35 watch hours per video. And then 35 to 40 gets 66.42 watch hours. If I'm going to do fireside chats, try and make them at least 25 minutes. 15 to 20 might be a little pit stop if I need it. But 25 to 40 minutes seems like the place to be. 5 to 10 has a little bit of does better than 10 to 15 and 0 to 5 and 20 to 25. So if I need another pit stop, that's one. A lot of these are real easy to make. So, I don't want to give up on those just yet, but this is kind of how it's looking. Let's look at podcast episodes. Podcast episodes, I don't have any short ones, so it's going to be long and medium. Long gets about 85% based on total watch hours. And then if we average it, it's actually the medium ones per video get more watch hours than the long ones. So 15 to 40 minutes gets more per video. So that's interesting. Let's dive into the data here. So we got watch hours by duration. So this top one is the average watch hour per video for that segment. And then the bottom one is the number of videos in each grouping. So we got 20 to 25 for podcast episodes. 20 to 25 is dominating. And then 15 to 20 is 1.8 per episode. And then 90 plus is 2.1. So then it's 90 minutes or longer. And then it's kind of close between 60 to 90 minutes and 15 and 20. And then in the middle, we got 40 to 50 here. But it almost seems like with the podcast episode, go short or go long. But I guess as Goldilocks says, don't listen to Goldilocks. There's no sweet middle in here. So that's interesting. We'll see how that evolves as I get more podcast episodes. Maybe I can experiment with some times within these middle rounds. All right. So let's look at video clips. This is going to be where my biggest takeaway comes in. So I only have short clips, which means they're all at less than 15 minutes. So that's going to be the same. So if we go by subgroup, we got 5 to 10 minutes per video makes up 70% of the watch hours. 10 to 15 makes up 5%, and then 23% for 0 to 5 minute videos. Now, this is really interesting because this bottom one is the number of videos. So I have 198 clips, 0 to 5 minutes. I have 48 video clips that are 5 to 10 minutes. I have only one clip that's over 10 minutes. We can see very clearly per video, I get 0.229 watch hours per clip that's less than 5 minutes. But if I'm over 5 minutes, so if it's 5 to 10 minutes, I get 0.676 watch hours, which is really good news for me because I love clips. I think they have a big impact and they're helpful. They've been helping me grow my channel. But if I make longer clips, it's less time to make those clips and they get more watch hours. So that's a win-win. So I'm going to start shooting for clips 5 to 10 minutes. I might even try some longer ones just to get some more data on this column here. But I'm going to shoot for clips that are at least 5 minutes. I'm going to stop doing anything less. And again, this is the wide format horizontal videos, not shorts. This is I'm taking episodes of my podcast and I'm cutting out pieces, or I'm taking fireside chat videos and I'm cutting out sections. So I'm going to start cutting out sections and making these longer clips. And that's my biggest takeaway for this next month is making these. To wrap it up, Medium format videos perform the best. If you're going to make a video for YouTube, whether it's a podcast or whether it's any format, it seems like 15 to 40 minutes is the way to go. Long format also does well. When it comes to fireside chats, we're looking at 30 to 40 minutes as ideal, and then 15 to 20 minutes is a secondary option, 5 to 10 minutes as our other option. For podcast episodes, short, between 15 and 25 minutes on the shorter end seems to perform better, and then 55 minutes and up seems to perform well as well. The middle is not as great. And then for video clips, keep them 5 to 10 minutes long or longer and see what happens. Those are the insights I've garnered from the data on my YouTube channel. I'll be adjusting my YouTube strategy as I move forward in the months ahead based on this data. Tell me what you think, if there's anything you've discovered from what I've shared and how it will apply to your channel and how you're going to adapt as you go forward.